How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. On this episode we actually get the exhaust fixed and we start to tackle the brakes. Would you believe me if I told you it hasn't even been 24 hours since I initially jacked this car up to check and see what the exhaust problem was, and only at 4 o'clock I was actually in the middle of editing the first episode, and with that I text one of the lads and I just said, "Hey buddy, it's just in the middle of editing this video, I'm going to call up to you." So he goes, "Oh, how's it going and stuff, what's the crack with the Jazz?" I was like, I told him the story. I was like, "Wouldn't believe me if I told you that I have this car this last few months and jacked it up, seen that the hole in the exhaust was nothing more than a catalytic converter gone, and a botched job welded in." So he turns around and says, "Lord God, Kieran, I think I have a catalytic converter there." And I said, "This isn't just a cat." I said, "It has a pipe and all on it." And he says, yeah, 1.2. And I was like, yeah. Now, this guy's just a random guy like that, like me or you or anybody, just a Joe Soap on the side of the road kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, not on the side of the road. Like. But anyway, he proceeded and he sent me a picture of this. So, we have now got a catalytic converter. Incredible. So, with that being said, let's get the jack in this baby up and we'll get some jazzle on the fajazzle. You buy it. You jazzle, you get your head back in there, people will think it's a horse box. Some gentle loving care. We just added that, eh? Or maybe not. I don't give a fuck. Yes, that is their place for a reason. And so was that. I am a DeWalt man. I just don't have a DeWalt impactor. And beggars can't be choosers. But hell of a gun. Only it was in black and yellow. Let's throw on the impactor, show. We have it there from Alfred's. Oh, you fucking. Jeez, it's been a while since they were off. Jesus. Let me just get you over to have a look at how crusty these are. And this is why I like having the DeWalt radio around me, because it has a USB port on it that you can charge your phone, and it also gives me light on this little ring light that we have. So can you see how crusty they are? Let's just see how crusty they are. Can you see that? Wow. It's been a while. So let's get this off. I'd nearly fit the Civic wheel nuts to it if they were working on it. Oh yes! Oh, Kickaroo does a lovely job. Oh my god. Oh my god. Looks to me like we've got slightly rushed. What we'll do there is we'll just get the wire wheel on them, and I'm going to put some copper grease on them. So lads, we're underneath it here now anyway, so this is where it bolts on. I'm just going to cut these bolts off here, and as you can see the majesticness of a pipe that they welded in with the absolute horrible welds. We'll get a better look at them when they come out. But then we've got the 2 bolts, one there. It's very, very simple to get to. One there, and the other on the other side, just there. So we'll get them off. They're 2 12s. We'll get them off now, and we'll cut off these. As I said, we'll cut them 3 bolts off. 1, 2, 3, and we'll just put new bolts on when we put the new cat on. But look at that for a weld. Tell you lads, I welded this when I was younger. I had to have. So one thing I was worried about was the lambda sensor. I couldn't find it, but then I went looking, and she's tucked up nicely. So let's get to work. That's a little on the tighter side. Okay, we got 2 out. As you can see, that one there is hanging out, and the other one is gone. Focusing the camera. Anyway, she's loose, as you can see. Now, let's just get the cutting of Mcg we're tight. Here's what happens if you don't have a lift. Now, just cut off that ones. We're flame. She's stuck in the little fucking heat shield. Little bitch. Come here to me. Come here to me. So as you can see, the old and the new, we're after spilling the tea. Yeah, hopefully there's no issues anyway. She seems to be all correct. The job. Yeah, so we just need to get some bolts for that. Let's go over to the Tegawa box. I don't know if we have a bolt. We'll check and see. Okay guys, so now what I'm after doing is I'm after getting 3 nuts and bolts with 6 washers, and we'll put them on here, and we'll put them onto the mid pipe to the cat. And then what I have done, as I said, I was going to cut this little triangle thing to make it a little bit bigger. Imagine cutting something to make it bigger. So, because we didn't have the correct gasket and they couldn't get us the correct gasket, that's what it'll be like. And it'll just be wedged between 2 pieces of steel with the 3 nuts and bolts on it, and it'll keep it together. It's not ideal, but it works. And to be fair, it's better than the one that was on it, because the one that was on it was non-existent. So yeah, first thing I want to do is I want to enter the lambda sensor. So at least if I put it in and put in the lambda sensor, the wire will twist up in itself. So at least this way, if I put the lambda sensor in and kind of sort of say, let's spin this will be going like where you'd have the lambda sensor in the same spot, just hold it and just turn this if you need to. Like, you'll see what I mean in a second. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so you see the way if I spin the lambda, it's twisting it up. I'm going to just get it started, and then we'll twist the cap. Oh, you didn't. It's so tight. It's got so little room. Right, that's it entered on. You see the way it's twisting up? I just want to spin the cable. Alright lads, so I've gotten the lambda sensor in now, and I've got the pipe up into place. So now I just want to put them 2 bolts in, and when we tighten up them, or when we get them entered in, we can then connect up here and see what the story is then. So let's get to it. Right, so it might be a bit tricky because I've got one hand here, just bear with me. Right, we're doing it one-handed. Let's see how it goes. Should focus. Where's the ratchet? Where's the fucking ratchet? Or the extension? Come here. So, I've gotten the 2 bolts on. It was a little tricky with one hand, so I couldn't really do it, so I had to put them in without being recorded really, but you can see they're not that difficult to get to. It's actually pretty easy. You go underneath the anti-roll bar. But anyway, after putting it in, lambda sensors tightened up. I've noticed that they have an awful gap in between them, so whoever butchered this before, I'm going to just cut it. I'm going to cut it here again, and I'm going to pull the exhaust this way, which will in turn open that gap there, and it will actually straighten that pipe and also kink in up here. So let's get to cutting this. Unfortunately guys, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Tune in on the next episode when we actually get the exhaust on with more leaks, but we do manage to get it fixed. We also do get the brakes on in the next episode, and we do manage to give it a service too. Thank you all very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If there's any ways you'd like to support the channel, go to my GoFundMe, check it out lads. Thank you all very much. I'll catch you on the flip side.